welcome back guys to our YouTube channel Being Business, and today is the first video for the ISC and CBSE both mathematics, and today we will be starting with trigonometry. So first of all, let me tell you that we are regular on this channel and we upload at least one video each day, and as you can check in our description that the channel was started on 11th May and today is 22nd or 23rd May, and we have more than 20 videos. So we actually upload almost at least one video every day, and we are teaching accounts, economics, commerce, and class 10 mathematics, and class 9th and 10th Hindi and English, and also we are starting with 11th ISC and both CBSE mathematics. So the book we will be using is this ML Agarwal. It is for ISC, but both CBSE and ISC students can use it because it contains all types of questions, all types of difficult questions, and most of you would have been using OP Malhotra, that is Ashton book. It is easier than that, but that OP Malhotra is easier and this is the difficult book. So we will be covering questions with this because in most of the examinations the question comes from this book. Though no book is a referred book, there is no textbook. So in CBSE the referred or the textbook is the NCERT, but they can also use this for better understanding. And also let me tell you that you can follow us on Instagram handle, and our Instagram handle is Being Business 2021. I repeat, Being Business 2021, where I will update you earlier than the YouTube. And also I want to tell you that in this book we will be not doing exercises, but we will be covering all the examples of the book. For example, in trigonometry there are 12 exercises, so we will be covering all the 12 exercises examples. And why we are covering examples and not exercises? Because in this book the examples are more difficult and there are greater number of examples as compared to the exercise. So examples are more important and the exam paper comes from the examples also. And also, if your school is using OP Malhotra, let me tell you, most of the school use OP Malhotra but give questions from this book. So this book is necessary to be studied. So let's start. So first of all, let me tell you, in 11 trigonometry there is radian measure. What is radian measure? First of all, you should know what is degree measure. What is degree measure? And degree measure is like 30 degree, 40 degree, 60 degree, 50 degree. Simple degrees as we have studied in 11th class, 10th and 9th. And what is radian measure? So the degree measures can be 30 degree, 40 degree, 60 degree, 50 degree. And what are radian measures? So I am not telling you. Radian measures is like this: pi by 6, pi by 3, or we can say pi by 4. So first of all, here for example we are using pi by 6. So here this pi by 6, here we will write 180 upon 6, that is it's 30 degrees. As the pi is, or we can say radian is 180 degrees. Okay, so for example the pi by 6 is 30, so its value is 30. And pi by 3, if we find pi by 3, then as we know that pi is equals to 180 degree, then it can be 60 degrees. And if we want to find pi by 4, so if we know that pi is equals to 180, so the pi by 4 will be 45 degree. So this was from radians to degrees. To convert the value of radian to degrees, we'll write the value of pi as 180 degree, and then we divide by the, like for by 6, by 3, by 4, that is given in the denominator, and then we will get we will change it from radian to degrees, like pi by 6 into 30 degree, pi by 3 into 60 degree, pi by 4 into 45 degree. And now what should we do to convert degrees to radian? So first of all, let me tell you, I have told you three things, that is pi by 6 is equals to 30 degree, pi by 3 is equals to 60 degree, pi by 4 equals to how much? Yes, 45 degrees. So pi by 4 is 45 degrees. These are the three things. But now we will take these three things, that is in degrees, and we will convert into them. So how? To convert degree into radians, we use 30 into pi by 180. Here we will not put the value of pi as 180 degree, we will write it as pi only, and we will divide it by 180 degrees, and then we will cut and divide this, and that is 30 6 multiplied by 30 is equals to 180, so it will go by 6, and it becomes pi by 6, and this is in radians. So to convert degree into radians, we use this method. We'll divide pi by 180 and then we multiply by the degree one, so it will go by 3, so pi by 3 radians. And as you can see, where earlier we proved that pi by 6 is equals to 30, and now we are proving that pi by 30 is equals to pi by 6. We proved that pi by 3 is equals to 60 degree. Now we have proved that 60 degree is equals to pi by 3, and now we are proving the third one. This was the first one, this was the second one, this is the third one. So the pi by 180, so it will go 4 times, sorry, not here. So pi by 4 radians. So it was simple, and this was the whole thing that we have to use in this exercise. But now you have to understand some few basics of this exercise that I will teach you. It is the basis of 11 trigonometry. Nobody will explain you better than me, that's for sure. So the next thing is the length of an arc of a circle. So for example, if we draw a circle, see, it's a rough figure, I will not use compass, and now I make here an angle, and suppose the angle to be theta. Okay, so what is this? For example, I do it like this: PQ, and the center is O. This is the center, and this so PO will be radius R, and OQ will also be radius. And what is this PQ? This PQ is S. We represent it by S, and this is the arc. So with this we come with a formula that theta is equals to S upon R. This is the radius, this is the any angle. Theta can be 60 degree, 90 degree, 45 degree, 30 degree, any. It can be any, 15 degree, 10 degrees. So this is arc, this is radius, and this is theta. So we come with the formula is that theta is equals to arc upon radius. This is the formula, and we represent arc by S and the radius by R. So this was simple. So for example, so leave it, we are not doing the example here, we will do the exercise only. So the next thing, this was the first thing, and the second thing which I am going to teach is area of section of a circle. Area of section of a circle. So first of all, I told you that pi is equals to 180 degree. So if we draw a circle, and we know that the full circle, this full angle, this here full angle is of 360 degrees. Full circle, for example, there's a person A, he moves from here to here. So how many degrees he moved? He moves 360 degrees. So if pi is equals to 180 degree, then 2 pi is equals to 360 degrees. So we can say that this is pi, and if we draw this is also pi, but if we add this, it becomes 2 pi. If we add both of them, it becomes 2 pi. So 2 pi is equals to 360 degrees, that is the person has moved 360 degrees, that is the person has moved to 2 pi. Okay, so from this we get a formula, and the formula is, first of all, for the formula for the derivation I have to tell you the diagram. So for example, there's a angle theta, again the theta can be any angle, and there's a arc AB. There's a arc AB. The center is O and let it be S. So we represent it by S only. So the formula is area of section AOB upon area of full circle. So first of all, this is known as area of section of a circle. To find the area, so what would be? So the area of section of AOB, it is theta. It is simple. And area of full circle is 360 degrees, or we can say 2 pi. So this is our formula, and here we can write it as area of section AOB upon pi r square, because the full area circle is pi r square, and here we write it like this. So area of section AOB is equals to pi r square theta upon 2 pi. So we can cut pi by pi. So the new, not here. So the new formula is 1 upon 2 theta r square. This is the formula to find the area of section of AOB here, for example. So now I want to tell you Cartesian plane. What is Cartesian plane? So this is very important. Now what I am going to tell you, remember this for whole of your life, and for the 11th and 12th class trigonometry especially, and in the college life also, remember it for the whole life. Okay, so what is Cartesian plane? First of all, let me write the spelling. So the Cartesian plane, see, I may be also wrong with the spelling, but it doesn't matter what's the spelling. What does matter is the concept. So for example, there are first of all 4 sides, we can say 4 quadrants. We make it in a graph. So it is, for example, 0 degree, it is 90 degree, it is 180 degree, it is 360 degree, sorry, my fault, 270 degree, and here 360 degree. This is the first quadrant. Second quadrant, this is very important, please listen carefully. Third quadrant and fourth quadrant. I will also tell you a trick to learn this. So here all this sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec remains positive. Here whole, all these sine, sec, cos, cosec, tan, cot remains positive, and here sine and cosec remains positive, here tan and cot remains positive, and here cos and sec remains positive. So first of all, here all the signs, that is sine, cosec, all remains positive. Here only the sine and the cosec remains positive, and rest of the other like tan, cot, sec and cosec remains negative. Here in the third quadrant only tan and cot remains positive, and the other sine, cosec, cos, sec remains negative. And here in the fourth quadrant cos and sec remains positive, and the other sine, cosec, tan, cot remains negative. So how to learn this? So you can learn this by a simple trick, and that is all student to college. Here all, this means everybody is positive. Student, here S represents sine, so by which we can figure out that sine is positive, and further cosec is also positive, because sine is just the opposite of cosec, or cosec is just the opposite of sine. here 2 represent t, so 10 remains positive, and we can say that 10 and the 10 is the just opposite of the cot, or we can say cot is just opposite of the 10, and here college it represents cos, and also we know that cos is just opposite to the sec, or sec is just opposite to the uh, cos. So in the first quadrant all remains positive, in the second quadrant the sin and cosec remains positive, in the third quadrant tan and cot remains positive, and in the fourth quadrant cos and sec remains positive. So these were the four quadrants, and it is known as Cartesian plane. What? Cartesian plane. So now we are moving towards the sum. See, today it would be very long video if I teach you the all the examples, maybe more than 1 hour. So today it's just basics, but in the next class I will tell you most of the examples, not most, all of the examples. So before starting with the basic questions, there's one more thing, and that is, just a second, sine negative theta cos negative theta tan negative theta cot negative theta sec cosec negative theta. See, you just have to listen to me just now. It's just starting. So sit back, relax and watch my video. So sin negative theta becomes minus sin theta. Tan minus negative theta becomes minus tan theta. Cot negative theta becomes minus cot theta, and cosec minus theta becomes minus cosec theta. You might be thinking I have left these four to and completed these four others. So why? Because here the sec and cosec, see, both are just opposite to each other. You might be thinking that they will become minus cos theta, but no, it will become cos theta. It consumes the minus. It will become sec theta. It consumes the minus. So here, if there is, for example, given to you sine minus 660, it becomes minus sine 660. So if it is given cos minus 660, it becomes cos 660. Minus is consumed by cos. And if in tan it is given tan minus 660, that is the theta is the negative. So here the minus sign will move here, and it becomes minus tan theta. For example, there is given sine minus 60 degree, so it will become, see, this is just like this, here the theta is 60 degree, so it will become minus sine 660 degree. The minus sign will move here. Okay, so same follows with this all. So let me tell you one more time. So if there is cot minus theta, it will become minus cot theta, and if, for example, if there is cot minus 660, it will become minus 660 minus cot 660, and if there is sec minus 660, it will consume the minus, and it will become sec 660, and if there is cosec minus 660, it will become minus cosec 660. If there is tan minus 660, it will become minus tan 660. So these are only the exceptions are cos and sec. So this was simple. So today we are starting with basic questions. Today we will perform 4 to 5 basic questions. So the first question is sine 660. So how do you solve it? So first of all, I am solving it, and then I will tell you that how I have solved it. So here, as you can see, sine 660. So for example, if we make a quadrant, so if we make the graph, and here we write and we move by like this, quadrant by quadrant. So example, we have moved 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, 360 degree, and how much we have to move? 660 degree. So we have moved 360 degree now, and then we again move 90 degree, 90 degree, and 90 degree. So how much we have moved? We have moved 7 times. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we multiply 7 into 90. so it becomes 630. So now we have to further move 30 degrees. We have to further move 30 degrees. So we have completed 7 quadrants, and in the eighth quadrant, in the eighth quadrant, as we have moved first 4 quadrants, then we fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, we have moved 30 only, because we were given 660. So 7 into 90 is 630, and 30 remains, and so it becomes 660. Okay, so now I am solving the formula question, but I will tell you how I have solved. So this was the equation. I can write it like this also: 7 into 90 into plus 30, so it becomes cos 30. How? I will tell you, just wait. And what is cos 30? You tell me. So cos 30 is root 3 upon 2, but the answer will be minus root 3 upon 2. Why? I will tell you. See, first of all, you have to focus on this. Here it is odd. So first of all, as it is odd, the sign will convert to cos. The sign will convert to cos. For example, it is 10 here, so and it is odd, so the 10 will convert to cot, and vice versa. And if there is cosec here, it will convert into sec. If cosec is there, it will convert into sec. So this was simple. And if there is even, so sin will remain sin, cos will remain cos, tan will remain tan, cot will remain cot, cosec will remain cosec, and sec will remain sec. So now it is odd, so there is a conversion. And now why we have so you know the reason that why we have written cos, but why we have used negative sign, there's a reason. As I told you that here all remain positive, here sin and cosec remains positive, here tan and cot remains positive, and here cos and sec remains positive, and we are ending our value in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, that is, here cos remains positive, not sin. So we will apply minus sign. See, though we are converting it to cos, but we will see that we have to put the sign on the basis of the given one, not in the transformed one. So we will see with the point of view of sin here and not with the cos. So here minus sign will come, minus root 3 upon 2. And now for the second example, if there is given sin minus 660, so as we have know that, first of all let me write sin minus theta is equals to minus sin theta, so sin minus 660 is equals to minus sin 660. So here we will do the same things and we will put the minus sign afterwards. So sin 7 into 90 plus 30 equals to minus, now it will convert into cos 30, and minus cos 30, and we will first don't see minus here, only see these things, don't see minus. And as you know that cos 30 is root 3 upon 2, so we multiply this. Okay, so minus will cut from minus and then it becomes positive, so it's just the opposite. As we will don't see minus here, and the cos 30 is minus as we have seen here also, so then we cut the minus from the minus and it becomes root 3 upon 2, and here the answer was minus root 3 upon 2. So today I will be solving one more question, actually two more questions. So the next question is cos 740. So here we will first make this, we will first make these things, and then we will see that till where this reaches. So 90, that is 180, 270, 360, 450, 540, 630, just a second, 7, 630, 630, 720, and then more 20. It comes in the first quadrant, and as we all know that all the signs are positive, so no negative sign will come. And as we can see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 full 90s are coming, so we'll solve it here. So it will be like cos 8 into 90, that is 720, plus 20. So here it is even, so cos will remain cos. So cos, just a second, so it will become cos 20. So here it will become cos 20, no negative sign, and cos will remain into cos only. So why we have not used negative sign? Because it's in the first quadrant, and you will ask what is the value of cos 20. So see, we only learn the values of 30, 45, 60, 90, 0. So you can leave it as here only. And if we are asked, for example, what is cos minus 740, so as we know that cos minus theta is cos theta is the cos, and sec consumes the theta. So the cos 740 here will become minus 740 will become cos 740 only, and the answer will remain same, that is cos 20 degrees. So this was all for today's video. I hope that you understand the concepts, and in the next video we will be solving the questions of the exercises, sorry, not the exercises but the examples, which are more difficult than the exercises. So I hope you like this video. So please subscribe, share and comment, and also please click on the notification bell, so whenever a video uploads you can watch them. And also please follow us on our Instagram handle, being business 2021. So thank you.